Hope you all are doing well. I just wanted to share a couple of thoughts from the Holy Scripture, the sacred text. He built a large statue about 90 feet high and commanded everyone everywhere to bow down and worship this image. Not only that, people who did not obey, they were going to be thrown into the blazing fire. So as the music started, everybody fell down and worshiped this image, except there were three young men who stood up, stood their ground, and locked their eyes and looking into the eyes of this mighty emperor, the king of Babylon, in the 6th century BC, one of the most powerful men alive on the planet Earth at that time. And these three young men said, "We will not worship these gods, nor will we bow down." They knew the risk. They knew they were speaking right outside the heated furnace, which was waiting for them to be thrown in. How could they do that? We might think this is a story which is played out some long time back in the history, but this happens every day, often around us in the world we live in. How often we want people to like us, love us, desire us, or accept our opinions, or celebrate our success, or become our followers. Oftentimes we live in this world where we see this being played out in the political world, in the world of entertainment, at the religious center, even at our everyday workplaces, and also in our homes. What do we do when such images are created? I just wanted to ask, what kind of images or the golden statues are we creating because of our own deep longing and desire to be liked and loved and celebrated? And we create this and force this upon others. I remember one young man I have been good friends with and has walked this spiritual journey. He told me he grew up in a very religious home. In fact, his father was a pastor, and he was the one who was pastoring a large church. But his whole passion, the father's passion, was being in front of the people and leading this church. And he was so committed, dedicated. Everything was good, looked and sounded the right thing to do. But the son said, in the process, we were ignored. His mother was never there, and oftentimes they never saw their father at home. That brought in a lot of insecurity, of feeling of abandonment, and in the process they went through this fire. He said, "I almost gave up on God." Do we do this, such kind of ambition which we have to fulfill? We erect those statues. What are the statues we are building in our homes, in our workplaces, or maybe among our friends, and wants all of them to like, accept, subscribe to? And if they don't, they walk through this, the wrath and the fire. My friend said, in the process of going through this abandonment and difficult time, it was almost like this young people who stood up and said, "We will not worship," even though it sounded like a religious thing, but we will not. And as my friend walked through this fire, he said, that's where he met the fourth one. God never abandons us. Jesus burned and took that fire on that cross, even crying out for a last drop of water to quench that fire, but he burned himself up so that we don't have to burn ourselves down, and in the process burn people who love us and whom we are called to love. May God bless you.